Welcome back to Press Review. Let's start by taking a look at today's front pages in the Middle East. Starting in Saudi Arabia, the Arab News leading reports that Saudi Arabia has announced tough punishment for expats violating the country's residency, labor and business regulations. Punishment includes fines up to 100,000 Saudi riyals, a jail term for up to 2 years, a recruitment ban and deportation. The paper also reports 5 more MERS cases, including one fatality were reported in Jeddah on Monday, with the latest victim being a 70-year-old expat living in the Western Province. The UAE's Gulf News leads reporting that Egypt's ex-army chief Abdel Fattah al-Sisi officially submitted his bid to run for president, with his lawyer handing over the required documents to the authorities. The paper also reports that Ukraine's president threatened military action after pro-Russian separatists occupying government buildings in the east ignored an ultimatum to leave, and another group of rebels attacked a police headquarters in the troubled region. From Iran, the Tehran Times is reporting that Iranian Industry Minister Mohammad Reza Nematazadeh has said Iran could be a reliable, secure and long-term supplier of gas to Europe. The paper also reports that the head of Iran's civil aviation organization, Ali Reza Jahangirian, has complained about a delay by foreign companies to sell civilian plane spare parts to Iran, despite the fact that the agreement was signed in November last year. And from Beirut, Daily Star leads reporting that Lebanon's parliament has held a crucial session over the civil servants' disputed wage hike bill, as public schools and administrators went on strike to pressure lawmakers to endorse the bill. The paper also reports that the Speaker of Syria's parliament will next week announce the date of the country's presidential election, expected to be held around June despite the conflict. The Egypt Independent is reporting that a source at the cabinet stated that the Terrorism Act may be cancelled in light of the criticism by international and local organizations and jurists that considered it another form of the emergency law and a means to suppress opposition. The paper also reports that a 60-year-old Polish tourist drowned in the Abu Dibab area south of the Red Sea while reportedly doing water sports. And now let's take a look at the top Middle East news from UK papers. The Telegraph leads this Middle East news reporting that Israel has been accused of trying to sabotage efforts to rescue stuttering peace talks after giving Jewish settlers the go-ahead to set up home in one of the most volatile parts of the occupied West Bank. The charge came after 3 families on Sunday moved into a 4-story building in the outskirts of Hebron, long notorious for confrontations between Israeli settlers and its 185,000 Palestinian residents. Also from the UK, The Guardian leads Middle East news reporting that gunmen travelling in 2 cars have abducted the Jordanian ambassador to Tripoli, Fawaz Aitan, in an attack that left his driver wounded. The abduction comes 2 days after Libya's Prime Minister Abdullah Thani stepped down, saying he and his family had been the victims of a traitorous armed attack the previous day. The Independent is reporting that ex-Prime Minister Tony Blair has been accused of an embarrassing hypocrisy after reports emerged that his high-profile multi-faith charity has links to an international Islamist groups which he himself dismissed earlier this year. According to one international watchdog organization, the Tony Blair Faith Foundation has 2 senior advisors with close links to the Muslim Brotherhood. And now let's take a look at top Middle East stories in international papers. The China Daily leads Middle East news reporting that Iran has requested a special meeting of a UN committee on the United States' refusal to grant a visa to Tehran's new UN ambassador appointee, describing the decision as a dangerous precedent that could harm international diplomacy. Cyprus UN Ambassador Nicholas Emiliou, who chairs the 19-member committee dealing with issues including immigration and security, said the meeting would likely be held next week. The international New York Times leads Middle East news reporting that a key government witness in the terrorism trial of a radical Islamic cleric may testify from Britain via a closed-circuit television connection. The witness, Sajid Badat, had told the judge that he would not agree to travel to the United States to testify against the defendant Mustafa Kamel Mustafa because he would be arrested. And for more updates, please visit levant.tv. Thanks for watching. We'll be with you again tomorrow, and bye for now.